get on with it.
Yes, get on with it!
Oh, I am enjoying this scene.
Get on with it!
A story, something that is intended to have a beginning, a middle, and to me the most interesting part, the end. Since the day I started witnessing stories from within my mother's womb, theories of how they would end were always on my mind. If you gave the mouse too many cookies, would he end up in rehab? Is the big bad wolf gonna end up getting caught by Chris Hansen? Of the many endings I did get to experience, I was left fulfilled, witnessing Lelouch's master plan unfold as he executed it like a goddamn champion, seeing the survival game and future diary reach its suspenseful completion, viewing Jotaro giving Dio more punches than the entire fisting category on Pornhub. Those were fun times. Unfortunately, there are still many stories that haven't finished. I never got to know that twinkling little star on an emotional level. What are you? I still don't know! Unfinished stories are especially a problem when it comes to anime series, and to me, not being able to finish an anime is like not being allowed to get to the chocolate filling at the bottom of a drumstick.
Today I found something that no one has ever seen before in the history of the world. A half-eaten crunchy cream jelly donut!
Now let's cover some notorious anime that never managed to finish. Dead Man Wonderland never reaches a point where the characters end up escaping the intense prison game show or not. The mystery behind the reanimation potion and the issue of Chihiro's zombification in Sankarea remains to be unseen. No Game No Life never presents whether Sora and Shiro end up becoming the next ruler of the fantasy world, or if the anime just evolves into total incest. High School of the Dead never finished its zombie apocalypse, nor did it ever complete my orgasm. Batum's survival game continues to go unresolved. Noragami hasn't shown if Yato ends up conquering his daddy issues. Without a third season of Haruhi, it remains to be seen if Haruhi will end up realizing she's a god and carry out Papa John's wishes. Suddenly, the Endless Eight has a deeper meaning. And Studio Orange decided to become furries instead of giving us more gem porn. The list goes on. Prison Skull, Berserk, I No Exorcist, Akatsuki no Yona, you name it. While I realize that shows like Haruhi's source material also remain incomplete, there's still plenty of content left to be adapted. Many of these anime left us with a clear message. Read the fucking source material, kiddos! Sadly, manga or light novels have never really been as enjoyable as anime for me. I grow accustomed to the voice acting, the animation styles, and soundtracks when I watch an anime. Sacrificing that for the manga, it's like being told mid-vaginal penetration to stop and finish with a one-finger hand job. One might say to just use my imagination when I read, but my imagination is fucked up. My brain will unintentionally imagine that the whole cast of a series sounds like Chewbacca gargling mouthwash. The lack of endings has left my soul feeling like a desolate wasteland. I want to absorb more lore from these stories and take them in. While I could go read the manga, I want to experience it all for the first time in anime form. Witnessing something for the first time is such a better experience than the further times because you're completely absent-minded to how everything will play out and all the twists and turns. Speaking of twists, these series always seem to leave off at colossal cliffhangers. Can't we at least get to a decent point to cut them off at? Jesus, even low-budget hentai are better at finishing if you know what I mean. The advice to go read the manga is unfortunately due to what many anime truly are, advertisements. They promote and get people to buy the source material, merchandise, or video games. In some instances, the creators may realize the anime version did well, so they produce more of it so they can cash in on some thirsty weebs. This is usually judged by how well the series DVDs or Blu-rays sold. Manga and light novels are much more profitable than anime as they're obviously much cheaper to make. Translated by Eric Stimson on Anime News Network, an interview in 2015 on the Japanese website Yerlan Blog was done with Masamune Sakaki, a CG creator in the anime industry. Masamune states that an average episode of anime costs about 200,000 American greens to make, which means a studio is usually having to spend around 3 million buckaroos for a 12-episode season. I think this points as to why the amount of episodes an anime season holds has shortened over time. The companies got smarter. Series used to more commonly finish in one whole go, like Death Note, which finished at 37 episodes. These days, it's rare for a single anime season to have more than 12 episodes unless it's a popular shonen. It's less risky to produce things in small seasons rather than blowing the whole load on one full adaptation, because what happens when early on the series shits the bed so hard it triggers the end of Evangelion? To make matters worse, these studios typically leave fans completely out of the loop over whether a series will continue. I know this request is unlikely, but I wish they would be more transparent with us. I theorize that some studios do this to bait people into reading the manga, but for me and some others, we all just sit there ignoring the manga in the hopes that the anime will eventually finish, waiting there endlessly for something that will likely never come. At the very least, it made me realize how ninja children with neglective fathers feel. And for the series that do get continued, many times we must wait multiple years for them. Look at the hype that surrounded Attack on Titan during its first season, and ask yourself where it was during Season 2, after the company waited over 3.5 years to start it. Nowhere. That hype could have retired to being a villain and Courage the Cowardly Dog. It feels like large gaps between anime seasons didn't used to be as common. Mid to late 2000 series like Code Geass and Black Lagoon, for example, didn't even reach a 1-year gap between their first and second seasons. I also wish these studios cared more about the artistic integrity of their shows. But like most of the world, the anime industry runs on cash money. They don't want financial risks, I get it, but as creators, don't you want to perfect your art form? Can't you at least show the fans some more love, tickle their balls a little bit? Like, I wish there was more people investing in anime. Cause look, if he would help produce Season 2 of No Game No Life, I would lick Jeff Bezos' boots like they were cocaine-laced Tootsie Pops. Elon Musk, I know you like anime. Stop producing garbage cars, sacrifice your child to the aliens, and fund some damn anime. While I've covered various series that lack endings, I also want to rant about anime endings that were shoehorned together because the studios knew they weren't going to produce more. Typically these endings sucked such huge donkey dongers that I wouldn't even call them truly complete. Claymore's anime-only ending tried to resolve everything all at once, but actually ended up leaving more loose ends than an overused hooker from Thailand. And Akami Ga Kill decided to just rush every possible event going on and kill nearly everyone off. These endings are like when you tell a small child to clean his room and he shoves everything under the bed and then calls it finished.
Oh yeah? If your anime is so complete, little Billy, then why is there an old moldy pizza slice growing underneath it?
It's a shame that studios aren't able to see more merit in continuing anime. It's especially baffling when it involves series as popular as Haruhi and No Game No Life. Come on boys, that's easy cash money. I'd love to see more studios try to get the rest of a series kickstarted or crowdfunded because I believe it could definitely work for certain shows. Also studios, please start caring less about Blu-ray sales when no one gives a rat's ass about them anymore. Make more merchandise, make OnlyFans accounts for the series characters to get more income, create a Patreon for your studio, and offer feet pics of the girls in the show. I guarantee that will holla get dollar. Despite all the unfinished series, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. Anime is increasing in popularity worldwide, giving studios more reasons to complete series. Due to the extreme rise in streaming websites, companies have access to many more sources of revenue. I'm pretty sure even Papa John's will have their own anime streaming service soon. Companies like Crunchyroll are starting to fund anime series. Studios have begun to more commonly announce continuations at the end of a season. Suddenly, there's many anime coming back from the dead or getting reworks such as Fruits Basket, Bleach, Inuyasha, and more, which gives me hope that other series might get resurrected. Even second seasons for anime that everyone thought were total shits kebabs are coming out. How the heck did this show get a second season before No Game No Life? This series gave me AIDS, and now it's coming back for round 2 to give me Ebola? There's even been a few instances of fan-funded anime like Under the Dog and Neko Para. Now that's an e-pussy I want to throw my money at. So maybe, just maybe, we will one day see more booty battles from Keijo, or Spice and Wolf getting more spicy, or the girls of Gakko Garashi defeating the zombie apocalypse by using their combined moeiness. And just maybe one day, we'll all get to see
Go home, folks.
Hey, what is crackin' Booty Brigade? Not really much to say this time, because I just really want to, get this video over with. Worked on it longer than I wanted to. Usual Patreon thanks to Doppler Do and Shin AMV. As usual, smash and spam all the buttons. Start a party, grab a hooker, open the door, everybody walk the dinosaur. Peace out, Booty Brigade.